What's good, family? I've talked about this before, but I think it merits reiteration. There's only one way to really learn, and that is organically, because life itself is organic, and it always has been, and always will be. But your awareness of that is what is hijacked from you from the time that you enter your first day of school. When you're a baby, you come out organic, and organic materials are modified to create products. And when you become a product, you're no longer true to organic life. Your body is. Your mind wants to be. But this conflict of self causes a lifelong static state of confusion. You can't flow anymore. You're either going to flow like the river, the ocean, which is really just one body. The river is the ocean. The water is still the water, whether it's in your Kool-Aid, in the ocean, in the cloud. One essence, whatever form it needs to take, depending on the situation it's in. It adapts, it adapts, it adapts. Or you can be reduced to the grain of sand on the desert, just waiting and waiting for the waves of the air or the water or human life or animal life to flow over it, to make it move. Always begging for someone else to make it move. Everything natural comes to you in the form of a wave. And the purest form of information is the sun. You know, the purest form of sound is soul. The purest form of speech is truth. So that energy, that magnetic resonance that accompanies all things living, the thing that liquefies or turns these things into waves, is what you need to intentionally put forth. Because when you eat fragments, you create a numb condition in your mind and body. Your mind wants waves, the whole thing. Your body wants waves, the whole food. But when you take in junk, which is just fragments of what was once whole, you end up with a lot of self-destruction. See, fragments have no life to them. Once fragmented from the whole wave, they no longer have life. A water drop is not a fragment of the ocean, because the water drop is the ocean, just in a different form. It's a microcosm of the whole ocean, but it's still the whole ocean. You ever look at a water drop from let's say the bayou? You ever look at a water drop from the bayou on a magnifying glass? Has all of the life as the whole bayou does. The whole bayou does. Just like one cell has the genetic material, the genetic code for the rest of your body. You see, whole things are never broken. They can change in scale, they can change in form, but the essence is always whole. And if it becomes fractured, fragmented, it's dead. And when you start absorbing fragments, rather than flowing with the essence of everything, you end up with confusion. And with confusion, you end up with numbness. And with numbness, you slowly die. So rather than choosing between evils, time to choose the one good that never stopped being what it is and will never stop being what it is. This is just my example to you guys. I wanted to learn this language. This language it's not very common in this part of the world, the United States of America. And for someone like me to learn it is also not very common. And that's what I wanted to do. Do I need to like something in order to absorb it and feel the essence of it? Do I need the people to like me in order to to learn it in full flow? Do I need the people to even teach it to me? These are the questions I had. Now, the answer to those are no. Do I even need their desire of me learning it for it to happen? No. Because if I were to go in that way, I would have gotten smashed and my confidence would have never been allowed to magnify on itself. What did I do instead? I decided to feed my ears the whole wave of the culture without breaking it into particles. Without breaking it into pieces. Rather than build a desert one grain at a time, I decided to let the ocean flow from whatever stream it came from all the time. What happens is I realized that the neuromelanin absorbs the full flow of the soul of a culture the same way the skin melanin absorbs the full flow of the sunlight. So we are meant to be fluid, flowing beings. Water is not the only thing that flows. Air, light, fire, spirit, soul, rhythm, all of that's just one continual flowing. The more you can absorb, the more your soul and your body and your mind will be able to metabolize, and they will create a form of yourself that harmonizes with the whole wave. That's what my ancestors meant by let the circle be unbroken. Okay. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to read this Vietnamese story, and I'm going to give you my interpretation of it in English. I don't translate. Translate is to reduce the essence of the whole into fragments and feed it to you piece by piece. That's not what I do. I transmit the entire wave of the story as I receive it. Don't break nothing. Don't break anything of it. And it's a very beautiful process, but it doesn't resemble anything you've been taught from outside of yourself. It's something you recognize as a baby, and you are taught for the rest of your life against it. You have to decide to remain organic minded or return to an organic mind, or continue to enjoy struggling by rearranging fragments that didn't come from you and don't come from this universe either. So keep on eating fragments if you want to, but I'm here to demonstrate how whole food works, because really you don't need nobody to like you. You don't need nobody to cheer for you. You don't need nobody to show any kind of I wish you could do it, or you can, you don't need no rah-rah support at all. All you need is the joy that comes with watching your mind adapt to life. There's a joy that comes with life that can't be expressed other than to keep expressing it. Whether anyone likes it or not, doesn't matter. And even now, as I'm expressing the full wave of my joy, only those who can receive it all are going to benefit from it. But I don't know who those people are. Maybe those people don't know who they are either. But when they hear my words, how they receive them determines, do they have a love for truth, or do they have a love for falsehood? Do they love to swim in the whole wave, or do they love to slowly kill themselves by trying to eat the fragments? Hey, you can never serve two masters. You either love truth and hate life. You either love truth and hate falsehood, or you either love falsehood and hate truth. You either love life and hate death, or you either love death and hate life. Magnetically, you're not allowed to do both at the same time. So however my words strike you, you have to determine for yourself where your soul is at the time and navigate to correction, because correction don't feel good. I guarantee if everything that I'm saying is abnormal to you, I suggest that you look closer at yourself and look to reorient yourself back to life. Okay. So let's get started. Con nhề nói dối. Ngày xưa có một người rất nghèo, có 6 đứa con. Ông ra chợ mua một con nhê, con rồi nói với con cả, con hãy chăm sóc con nhện này, nhớ cho nó ăn no nhé. Người con cho dê đi ăn cỏ. Đến tối, ông hỏi dê, hôm nay thế nào? Dê trả lời, tôi đói lắm, tôi chẳng được ăn gì. Người cha thức dậy đuổi con cả ra khỏi nhà. Hôm sau, ông giao con dê cho người con thứ hai. Dần, dần, ok, yeah. Dặn con phải chăm sóc con dê cẩn thận. Nhưng đến tối, con dê lại phàn nàn rằng nó không được ăn gì. Hôm sau, đến lượt người con thứ ba. Rồi hôm sau nữa, người con thứ tư, con thứ năm, con thứ sáu. Sau khi đuổi tất cả các con ra khỏi nhà, người cha tự nuôi con dê. Ông chọn cho con dê một đồng cỏ xay non. Đến chiều khi trở về nhà, ông hỏi con dê, hôm nay thế nào? Con dê trả lời, tôi đói lắm, tôi chẳng được ăn gì cả. Lúc này, ông ta mới hiểu rằng con dê này luôn luôn nói dối, và có con ông không có lối. Ông đuổi con dê đi và tự hứa sẽ không bao giờ tin kẻ ông đuổi con dê đi và tự hứa sẽ không bao giờ tin kẻ cấu. And then now in English, the lying goat. Once upon a time, there was a very poor man. He had 6 sons. And so he went out and bought a goat and told the firstborn son, look here, son. I want you to take this goat here and take care of him now. I want you to let him eat until he's full. And so he decided. So the oldest son, took the goat out to go eat in the pasture. And in the evening, the old man asked the goat, so how did it go today? And the goat answered, I'm so hungry. I didn't get to eat nothing. So the father was so angry that he kicked the oldest boy out the house. And then the next day, he turned the goat over to the second boy. And the second boy told the second boy to take him and care for him very carefully. And in the evening time, the goat again complained that he didn't have nothing to eat. So then he turned it over to the fourth boy. And then the fifth boy. And then the sixth boy. And after he had kicked all of his sons out of the house, the old man decided to care for the goat himself. And so he chose the greenest, most luscious pasture he could. And in the evening time, when they came back home, the old man asked the goat, how did it go today? And the goat said, I'm so hungry, I didn't get to eat anything at all. And at that point, the old man then understood that the goat was always lying and that none of his boys were guilty. So the old man kicked the goat out of the house and promised himself that he would never again believe the bad guy. See, when you flow with the wave of the whole culture, the culture will create the ability to flow with it in a language that you create in real time. You are taught to absorb fragments of culture while ignoring the whole that's always around. But the thing about the wave is that the wave is the ultimate controller. The wave don't yield to nobody. it's going to be what it is, and you either connecting to it or it disengages from you. And without that connection to the wave, you have no order. You have no way to find your balance. You have no rhythm. You have no harmony. You can only cause and receive disorder until you're able to feel that wave again. So we have to lose our silliness to truth and regain our understanding of what it is. Truth never stops being true. The wave never stops being a wave. The only thing is, do you want the power that comes with harmonizing with it, or do you want the fear that comes from being disconnected from it? That's your choice. And with that choice comes the work of making it happen or to remain disengaged from it. You either understand and can flow and create, or you believe and live in fear and wait on others to move you. Just like the sand waits on the wind, waits on the water to move it. The wind and the water and the fire flow free. They do whatever they want to do because it's in harmony with the universe, the one, the uni, one, verse, sound, word, note. It's one musical note from which all others are derived. And if anything disengages from the one, it's left to its own, to self-destruct. And I'm always mindful. Am I creating harmony with everything I'm saying and doing? And the answer is always yes. Yeah. Because I don't tolerate disorder. And no sane people do. Nature doesn't tolerate disorder. You just have to let self-destructive folks decide what they want to do. And that's why you can never interfere in free will, because when you interfere in someone's free will to self-destruct, then they will destroy your ability to maintain your peace and harmony. And so I hope a lot of you people can learn from this. And above all, when you do it, you will have an abundance to share. Okay? That's the key. Abundance is shared and cycled. Trash should never be recycled, because then you are mixing waste with vitality. Not even the body does that. The body doesn't recycle trash. The body only cycles life. And when you don't do that mentally, then you're absorbing more and more trash, overwhelming your life cycle and blunting your life force, which diminishes the amount of light you radiate. So you gotta just look at the science of it, man. Nature don't do none of the crazy shit we doing as a people. So I don't just learn no language just to be learning a language, but no. I didn't even learn this language. I just used the rhythm of the culture to unlock a different aspect of myself. Now I can flow in that rhythm. Why wouldn't I want every flavor of myself, which is I'm just a microcosm of the whole universe, so why wouldn't I want to reflect every aspect of it in harmony with myself? See? But it takes people doing that to even understand what I just said. And I hope some of you can join that number. Until next time.